What's going on, folks? Welcome to the latest edition of Nintendo Enthusiast Week in Review. It is I, Shawn Long. I'm a bit late this week. I know, real life stuff got in the way, but I'm here now to solve all your Nintendo needs. So, without any further ado, let's jump into this past week. So, new Nintendo president, Mr. Kimishima, had his first interview with Time Magazine, and it was pretty interesting because you gotta remember, there's a lot of unknown things about this guy, and there's a lot of stuff we don't know about him. One of the more interesting things I thought was that initially when he signed on, a lot of people were saying he was only going to be a one-year president, and he says no. He wants to see how long they're going to keep him around because he plans to be here for the long haul. I don't know if that's Nintendo's, plan or if that's what they want to do with him, but it'll be very interesting to see how long this goes on because so far so good for Mr. Kimishima. He's, saying the right things and seems to be poised and doing the right things. But let me know what you think of him as a president so far. In that same interview, Mr. Kimishima also said that the Wii U support will continue even when the NX launches. And that's pretty interesting because when you think about it, pretty much everything that we know about that's coming out to the system is pretty much regulated for spring, and then it's kind of a mystery aside from Zelda U. So what more games will we see? What kind of stuff? How is the NX going to interact with it? What is the NX? Well, he actually answers that later on in the interview.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is brought to you by NewWaveTraders.com. For all your retro gaming and toy needs, be sure to visit NewWaveTraders.com.
Since I'm rocking a pretty sick Street Fighter related t-shirt, I figured this week's Retro Game of the Week is the daddy that kicked them all off with Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. This game's amazing. Definitely stands the test of time, way better than something like Mortal Kombat. And although there are more advanced versions of this Street Fighter 2 game available on the Super Nintendo, this is still a classic to own. It's very cheap, and just for historical purposes, you really need to pick it up. Also, if you like this shirt, be sure to check out Blue Marble Apparel. This is the Street Fighter 5 and Bison t-shirt. It's very cool. I'll put a link to it in the description box if you're interested, because I really dig this shirt. So while we don't have any concrete details of what the NX really is yet, Mr. Kimishima did say in that interview with Time Magazine that it's not a simple successor like the Wii to the Wii U was, and that it's a whole new entity. So what does that mean? Is it going to be different because it's not going to be this, same sort of jump, or it's not going to play Wii games, or I don't know. It's very mysterious. Nintendo's being very mysterious about this system, especially considering their continuing Wii U support. Is the NX some sort of add-on system? I mean, I thought we pretty much had this figured out with a powerful, beefy home console, possibly a hybrid, but now there's a lot of questions coming back, so I don't really know. I'm interested to see how the NX turns out. What do you think the NX is going to be like? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, I've been playing some Fast Racing Neo, which comes out in the eShop next week, and I just wanted to give you guys my impressions of it. I did a little write-up on the website, a little preview, but I know some of you guys don't really visit the website that often, so I figured I'd do it in video form as well. So Fast Racing Neo, if you didn't catch my live stream of it, be sure to watch that. I'll put a link on the screen to that live stream below. But basically, I played the game for 30 minutes, and I really had my doubts when I was downloading the game as to whether or not it would look as good as it did in the screenshots, because those screenshots really looked amazing, and it does. I don't know how Shawn does it, but this is a $15 game that's competing with AAA titles in terms of graphics on the system, regardless of what system you own. It's that damn good. And the gameplay is, tough but fair, and it's very challenging, and there's a great learning curve, and you're going to get your ass kicked at first, but if you're a big F-Zero fan, I think you'll really enjoy it. I have not had a chance to try out the multiplayer aspects of the game, so that I'm really looking forward to seeing, how both the local and the online do, because if the online can manage to keep that solid frame rate and, those impressive visuals going, this could be a huge game for the Wii U. I'm still definitely playing through all the cups and all the different stuff, and we'll go way more into detail in that in the review when it comes out next week, but I just wanted to share my initial thoughts with you guys because it's a pretty impressive package thus far. That's going to do it for this week's show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel for more content, leave me a comment below, let me know what you thought about all the stuff that happened this week, including the whole big interview, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully at a more reasonable time. Later.